But I'd be doing it as much as possible. I'd be doing it in terms of where the kids are. I'd say a lot of kids are going to be quite lost by the north and south. Sorry, you can. So we could have a globe and we could have a little doll on it. Yeah. Yeah, and so on the globe we could have a little doll stuck on with blue tack, and north is that way and south is that way. Yeah. Well, okay, little out. It's down.
John, what about the kid that gets it and finds it tedious and
yeah. No, and that's a really good point. For the children who find this tedious, and let's say there are one or two people in this group, what other ideas did you have as we were going through this? What are some other ideas you had? Was there anyone who found this really easy to learn and they thought of other things? Okay. And so we could then, so if one of the children could bring in the idea of particles. Well, why can warm air hold more water? In every lesson, or every second lesson, I'd be having 3 or 4 minutes where I was open to any other ideas. Anyone, because there'll be some children who will really find this, they'll find this slow. And if they're genuinely finding it slow, they'll be thinking of other ideas. They'll be thinking of other questions. And so I need to have that 5 or 10 minutes where any other ideas, and they're going to stimulate the whole group.
How many lessons would you say would take for a class? How many lessons would you give this?
I'd probably give this 2. Because I would hope from what we're developing now, a lot of the other ideas are going to be easy to manage. A lot of the ideas, I would want part of this to be able to be read silently. If we look at that first, the first paragraph, we haven't summarised it yet, and I was going to leave it to you guys to summarise it, but what questions are answered by the first paragraph? What questions do I know the answer to now from that first paragraph? Okay, where is the air hottest? Good. What else? What hot and cold air can do? A third question.
When does it rain in the desert?
We haven't got the deserts yet, but
goes up into cooler air.
When does it rain? Is that okay? See, I reckon if we push the questions as we go through it, Phil, we're reorienting. We had those questions at the beginning, but now, and you can see the value of me having kids answer questions or ask questions as they go through it. Because they're now linking questions. So what questions do we know the answer to? How air forms. What was your story about hot air?
Yes, where is there most hot air?
Where is there most hot air? What contains more moisture, hot air or cold air? There is real mileage for me having the kids tell me the questions we can answer now.
Also, Bill, you can turn those questions into headings in a way. Okay. And headings lend themselves to many other avenues. So once you've got a heading, what's that question about? You've got your heading and then it brings itself to other things rather than just the question itself.
Thematically sort of thing.
Yeah. And what else would you like to know with that heading?
I also find that though this is, maybe it's just me, but this is such a complex topic and it's so sort of remote, I think, from students' experiences and what they sort of relate to. Because I've tried teaching this in the past.
Yeah.
It's not just the text, the concepts are really difficult for them to grasp. I think from just doing this, you'd almost want to just limit it, just deal with that and let them get that in their heads first.
I would really work on the first 1 or 2 paragraphs because I think that's going to set up the framework for the rest of it. But when you think about it in one way, we've said that there's air all around us. When the air in this room gets warmer, what might also happen? It'll be more humid. So if I had let's say I had a pot of water over there. As the air got hotter, what might happen in this room? the water would go down. There wouldn't be so much water there. Like Alana said with the clothes, the hot air is going to take in more water. So it's going to take more. I reckon if you do them like this, Margaret, the kids should.
See, when you talk about all that stuff, it brings the water cycle to my mind, and I'm just thinking it's nice to do experiments to show them what happens. You know, you kind of have to take just go up on that track and just go through the water cycle, really, if they haven't done it.
Yes, yeah. Okay, for our next literacy strategy, at each table, could you have a go at summarising the first paragraph and really keep track of what you do in order to summarise? And then we'll, as a class, we'll put together the summary from each group. So you're going to, if it's okay, if you would mind, generating a summary for each paragraph, and what actions do you use to do that? Could we just have a go at hearing the topic sentences? Sorry, look, we're going to go through the process for how we put together the, our summary sentence. But could we just hear some of the summary sentences first, please? Now, we hope to get a whiteboard so I can, with the rest of this, we can write them up. But, would you guys like to start off first? With your topic, with your summary sentence? Kate? Or Judy?
Because the Earth's surface is closest to the Sun, as the Earth turns, the air is hottest at that point.
So that would be your summary sentence for the first one? For the first paragraph, yes. And you're coming up with one sentence, a summary sentence. Okay. Obviously, one thing you've got to do when you're summarising is pick out. I don't want to anticipate the process because I want you to tell me the process. But in a summary, you're not going to mention every detail.
We decided it was just the fact that there's more hot air at the equator. We didn't really...
So your summary, gone Shirley, would be?
More hot air at the equator... moist hot air at the equator rises and blows to areas either side of the equator.
Okay, that's all right. So, all right, go on, Judy.
I remember what I said. The air is hottest at the equator. It rises and goes north and south.
Okay, now you've got to also check that you haven't left out critical details, because and so one issue is how does your summary link with the topic? Okay, Hume, or that end of Hume. Yeah, go off, Africa.
As the closest point to the sun, the equator is the wettest place on Earth. Because the air there is always hot, it is always wet, as hot air holds more moisture than cold air.
Is this a summary sentence? Is this a summary sentence for you? Or is it a restatement of that? This is going to be an issue that we are going... It isn't finished yet.
With all that information, I mean, because there are so many variables there in that program, you just wouldn't be able to put it all into one sentence.
Go on, you guys have a go. Yes, have a go. Have a go.
Places on the equator get more sun, have hot, wet air which goes up and floats north and south.
Places on the equator.
Places on the equator get more sun, have hot, wet air which goes up and floats north and south.
As the air rises, it cools and rain falls, so these areas will receive lots of rain.
Do you? This is going to be. This is a very interesting discussion. You've got to decide what details you don't need